Hello everyone, my name is Liz Rich and I am the Acting Director of Strategic Partnerships and Initiatives at the Feliciano Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Montclair State University. And welcome to week 6 of our weekly Women Entrepreneurship series. This week we are speaking with female founders who started their business while in school. And I'm delighted to be joined by Nicole Nuzzolo, a senior visual arts education major at Montclair State University, and Caroline Marinari, a junior business administration major with a concentration in entrepreneurship at the Feliciano School of Business and the continuity chair for the Feliciano Women in Business organization. And together they are involved in the founding of Carpe Art. So welcome, and thank you for making the time to be with us today and to share their story. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that we are obviously speaking in person at the Montclair Innovation Lab in downtown Montclair. So because we are in person and we are indoors, you'll see that we are wearing our face masks throughout the duration of the interview. So thank you. So tell us and show us, please, what is Carpe Art?
Carpe Art is a newly founded website that promotes Montclair students and alumni's artwork. And in order to upload onto Carpe Art, you don't have to just be in the arts. You can be a psychology major and have an interest in the arts, or just on your own love the arts. And basically, we are trying to connect Montclair students and alumni with not only each other, but also with potential buyers. And the main aim for this website is to give exposure to artists and to connect them to each other.
That's amazing. So, when we talk about, at Montclair State, when we're talking with our aspiring entrepreneurs about a great business idea or potential startup, we first start by talking about identifying a problem in the marketplace that you're trying to solve for. So tell me, what are you guys trying to solve for with Carpe Art?
The problem that Carpe wants to solve is connecting potential buyers with local artists of Montclair State and alumni. They want to do this by having them both upload profiles. They can check out the art. They can come to the exhibition that we have coming up soon from October 9th to November 6th. It's going to be from Tuesdays to Fridays, 11 to 5. And with this, they are able to connect. They're able to see what kind of artwork that they like, and hopefully make a sale, and hopefully take something home that they really enjoy and really, really like.
That's great. So you're really just trying to provide that awesome exposure for student artists that they aren't currently getting, right? So let's talk a little bit about you two and your journey in creating Carpe Art, because I think with a lot of entrepreneurs, that's like a challenge, right, is the getting started phase. So how did you guys, find each other, start out, and begin your journey as creators and collaborators?
Well, I actually had Dr. Schwartz in my 100-level entrepreneur class, and for our final, we had to create a business and pitch. And Dr. Schwartz gave us the opportunity to tackle what you now know as Carpe Art, but before, a previous class actually pitched breadcrumbs, and it was pretty much the same ideas and the same. What changed was mostly the artwork, because breadcrumbs before was just advocating for musics. And Dr. Schwartz gave us the opportunity to tackle this and make it our own. And my team actually went up to her and wanted to make it a competition between different teams. So the other intern, William Crespo, was on the other team and I was with mine. And Dr. Schwartz saw all of our hard work and reached out to us and wanted us to continue with this project. And that's how we were added on to the Carpe Art team.
That's awesome, and it's, I'm sure, amazing to have such a great advocate for you guys within the faculty at MSU. So let's talk a little bit about the actual artists. So from an artist perspective, it seems like the collaboration process that is happening here is really open source, meaning that an artist can want to get involved and just sign up versus, you know, a committee or you two picking and choosing who can participate. So how is that process working for you guys?
It's working great. Since we're still in the developing phases of creating Carpe Art, we are seeing a slow but steady source of artists coming in and wanting to interact with Carpe Art and create a profile. And the one great thing about this platform is it's not just for recognition, for your finding potential buyers, but as an artist, it allows you to look at your colleagues that you might not have seen or noticed just going to school. And being able to have that connect and reach out to them and possibly collaborate on a bigger project or working together to create even more art.
So it's like opening doors where they weren't before.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So speaking a little bit more about the artists, obviously, you know, they are your target market. That's who you're trying to attract with this platform. But you're also, you had mentioned earlier, trying to attract local buyers of the art, right? So how are you guys working to connect those two audiences and find local buyers for these artists?
So on the website, there is an opportunity that a buyer can create a profile and look over the artist's work. They can also come to the exhibition that's coming up. They can reach out to them, right?
Yeah. I would like to answer this question, but Carpe Art first started as a website, and what I wanted to do was to be able to bring Montclair's skills and talents, as you see behind me, and bring them into the local community of downtown Montclair. Mm-hmm. And at the Innovation Lab was the perfect place to do that because they're set on providing students a place where they can promote their businesses. Mm-hmm. And we had this huge connection, and we actually have a curator for the show. Her name is Patricia Selden, and she took the time to go through all of our collected artists. Either they submitted their works through Carpe Art or through the submissions form that we released out, and we got some great artwork, and they're all up for purchase in our exhibit.
So tell me plug that exhibit one more time for us. When is it happening and where?
It's going to be October 9th to November 6th, 11 to 5, Tuesdays through Fridays, at 10 Lackawanna Plaza in Montclair.
Amazing. So let's switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about your funding journey because I think for this audience that is really pertinent and beneficial information because that's always kind of a struggle for entrepreneurs, right? How am I going to get the funding? So tell us about your funding journey for Carpe Art. Are you self-funded? Did you guys look for investors? Did you do online fundraising? What does raising capital look like for you guys?
Dr. Swartz, she actually got Enterprise to donate $10,000 to fundraise for this project. Also on the website at www.carpeart.com, there's also a big red donate button, so it's live and everyone can come and donate whenever they can, which is a big help. Perfect.
So yes, make sure you go to Carpe Art and hit that donate button. So, you know, obviously this week in the weekly Women Entrepreneurship series, we are talking about female founders who started their business while still in school. And obviously that applies to you guys. You are currently enrolled in school at MSU, and you're also creating a business at the same time, which I think is an amazing feat. So tell us how that's been working for you guys. Has it been stressful, overwhelming, beneficial? You know, tell us about that.
There's a lot of work that goes into starting a company, which before this experience, I had no idea about the logistics, but it's truly been a journey. And in doing something that you are very passionate about, it comes easier in a sense. But there are, of course, those stressful times, and especially because we're launching this during a pandemic, there are certain restrictions that we have, but it just proves that you can have creative problem solving.
Yes, especially while you're still in school.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I give you guys a lot of credit because this is a lot to be doing simultaneously. So we're about out of time, but I did want to talk to you about one more thing and see if you would share some advice with our aspiring entrepreneur students. So if you could go back in time, what are your do's and don'ts? What would you do again, and what would you completely avoid and not do again? Tell us.
So I really like the idea of working with a team, bouncing ideas off of each other, going back and forth. So do work with a team, do your part, be responsible. Don't be afraid, don't hold back, take as many risks as you can.
Great advice. Thank you, Caroline. And my advice would be to take on extra responsibilities in your life that you otherwise would tell yourself that you can't do. And to also seek out ways to continue doing what you love or are passionate about. And don't put yourself down.
That is great advice just in life, but I think that passion piece of it is, that's what's going to get you through the long haul, right? If you love something and you care about it deeply, it'll get you over those roadblocks. So amazing advice. Thank you, guys. So lastly, before we go, tell us one more time, online and also through the exhibit, where can we find Carpe Art?
You can find the website for Carpe Art at carpeart.com or www.carpeart.com, or we have our exhibit opening October 9th from 2 to 5, and don't worry, it's not just open that day. It's open Tuesdays to Fridays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I really encourage you, even if you're not going to buy, to just come and see what the Montclair students and alumni are up to and to interact with the arts in any way you can.
Yes, definitely. I encourage everybody to come see the art while it's on display at the Montclair Innovation Lab at 10 Lackawanna Plaza in downtown Montclair. Thank you guys, Nicole Nuzzolo and Caroline Marinari of Carpe Art. Thank you for being here today and telling us your story. We wish you guys all the best.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.